Hello again you guys, and welcome back to my channel, The Poetry of Nice. So today is going to be a haul video. This is from a thrift store and I picked up about 14 pieces which ended up being about $4.85 a piece. That's a little bit higher than my normal goal, if you like, for cost of goods. However, it is a thrift store, and actually it was a Goodwill, by the way, this particular Goodwill, and I think most of the ones in my area actually are not doing a colored tag of the week right now. I actually asked why, while I was there, why, just out of pure interest, and so I could let you guys know what was happening in my area and maybe in yours as well. And they said that was instructions from corporate, basically, not to do any colored tags of the week. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and that's all in response to the current climate, the current shopping climate, and whatever phase I imagine your particular area is in. Just to let you know a little bit about my shopping trip as well, I know some people in past videos have really enjoyed or been very interested in, I suppose you could say, me talking about, like I said, just that shopping climate. Again, I can only speak from my particular experience in my particular area, but I don't mind to share that. So if that isn't something you're interested in, you can skip ahead like 1 or 2 minutes and you just avoid all that chit chat. But I will let you know otherwise that the reason why I went out, I've actually taken a break for about 2 weeks from thrifting. I decided to lay low. My area is one of those which are having, I suppose you could call spikes right now. And so my area has gone back to having mandated masks. Oh, it's gone back, I don't think we've had that before. Basically, mandated masks anywhere indoors in public spaces. So that includes retail establishments and things like that, and therefore that included Goodwill. So I was wearing my mask. Everybody else was wearing masks, and I made sure when I went there to kind of take stock, like I always have when I've gone to these thrift stores and even yard sales and things, honestly, to see how many people were kind of there and if I could maintain social distance, because that's something that's very important to me. And I could very easily. It wasn't too hard at all. There wasn't too many people there, and I did notice as well that the people who were working there, as well as being masked, obviously, were asking people as they were entering the building, do you have a mask? If you don't, you need to go get one before you can shop here. So that was kind of encouraging. I enjoyed that. That made a better shopping experience for me. I felt safer and I was fairly comfortable this time going out and thrifting. I will say that there was one point where someone came in and the lady who was working there told him, you have to at least cover your mouth, and so he chose to wear his mask just here with his nose exposed. And so that was probably the only thing that I was like, okay, why not just put the whole thing? I don't know, whatever. But that was kind of like the only thing that was the exception to the rule. Otherwise, everybody was wearing one. Now, I will say that things like shopping carts, I did not see them disinfecting the rails or anything like that, so I was just very careful when I was using my shopping cart not to touch my face or anything like that, and to make sure to sanitize like crazy when I left the building. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's just get on and do the haul, shall we? So if you're new here and you've got past all that waffle, this is a channel all about reselling online. So I personally sell on eBay, Poshmark and Etsy, and on this channel I share haul videos like this one where I show you what I buy to resell, basically. I share sales update videos, so I show you what those items actually sell for, and then I share all kinds of tips and tricks and things in between as well. If you're wondering how to become more involved or support the channel, I have some information down below in the description for memberships, basically becoming a member of this channel, and you'll also find information if you click the join button next to the subscribe button, either down below or on my channel page, and that will tell you all about becoming a member and what kind of sneaky content and things like that you can get when doing that. All right, let's dive in, shall we? It's been a lot of waffle, so let's crack on. Okay, so like I said, Goodwill, $4.85 a piece, 14 items. So I quite like the things I picked up. I have one fail at least, I think, and then some really, really cool pieces. So we're going to start with this. This is a vintage piece. I do love to pick up vintage pieces. It, as you can see, is a hat. I may have to kind of like steam this or something, help it lay flat. I'm not too sure how I'll do my photograph. I may kind of pop it on her and take a photograph that way. I'm not too sure, but anyway, it is Amy, New York, which the label is here, definitely vintage, obviously. And then in here we have some more information. So it says Duchess body made in Italy. So I don't know, I thought it was really cool. This piece was actually $1.99, so I figured why not give it a grab. I don't usually model hats just because that's not my thing, but it really depends how it looks on the mannequin. If I absolutely have to, I may don it and take a selfie photograph. but usually I try and avoid that. Okay, here's my fail. I'm going to show you that up front. So I was kind of excited to find it, and then I got it home and realized, I overlooked something pretty big. So it's Patagonia. Love picking up Patagonia. It does really well for me. Not so much like the tank tops and the plain sundresses, but like the sweater dresses, swimsuits, all that kind of stuff, and then definitely like the jackets and things. Spot on. So, and this one actually, this dress was actually 80% lamb's wool, so I was really, really excited. Women's size 2. It is, as you can see, a full sweater dress, very, very long, kind of slouchy sleeves, and it has kind of like a Nordic Fair Isle style knit to it. Now, what I had overlooked is, let me see if I can locate it. Basically, big old holes. One big hole and then one smaller hole in a sleeve. Now I've got to try and find them. I actually sewed them up. Here they are. So one wasn't too bad. One was actually on the underside where you could barely see it when you're wearing it. And so I kind of gave it a stitch up here on the knit. It's right here where there's this little bit raised. I'm not the best seamstress in the world, I'll be honest, but it was far better than having this big old hole. So I stitched that, and it's on the underside, so I plan to disclose it. And then I noticed one that was on the upper side, and I closed the hole here, but with it being a knitted pattern, it's almost impossible to do it cleanly. It's really, really difficult. So I think what my plan with this one right now, I would have listed it for like $40, and now I think we're gonna list for like 15 to 20. And just try and make the money back, basically. Because it's a good brand and it's a great fabric content and stuff, I think I might still be able to sell it with that flaw, but obviously for probably no profit, maybe a little bit, who knows. That's the test. So stay tuned to the sales updates, and then maybe you'll see how this guy does. Okay, I did happen to come across one of the new racks that was like just literally rolled out. Aren't they the best? I think that they might be. And I picked up a few things off of there. One thing I ended up putting back, it was a Dolan, what was it, Left Coast, whatever it's called. Sometimes it's sold at Anthropologie. Really, really nice black kind of simple top with like some twisting on the front, but there's a little bit of pulling right here at the V-neck, and it was like $4.99. So because of that pulling with the stitching, I decided to leave it behind. But these I grabbed and just about ran. So pants were like, I think pants were $5.99 if I'm not wrong. I did have a coupon, so I got a little bit of money off, but they are Guess jeans. They are vintage, made in the USA. They're a great size, 33. They are a black wash, and they do have kind of the straight, sort of almost a tapered leg. They do have a nice higher rise to them. I will measure it. I'm not sure exactly how high that is. Usually 11 inches and over is what I would consider a high rise, but I think they might just squeak by. And then they do have the sort of obligatory vintage patches and stuff. So I love these. I do so well with vintage Guess jeans, especially with the big markings on the back and stuff. So they'll probably go up for a good $50. All right, this I grabbed just because I really like the color and stuff. So White House Black Market, this is their newer tag, where it's sort of like all long there. And it's a size small, really beautiful deep teal cardigan, and it has a very cute little studded detail at the bottom of the cuffs. It's very, very lightweight, very kind of like slinky, almost slinky type knit. I think I may have accidentally gotten like a little mark on it when I put them in my car because, you know, fail. But overall, really fantastic condition. It's a little bit longer as well. Oh, I'm not sure, I wouldn't call it duster length, but it definitely has a longer length to it. And I really do like the sort of the pieces that have more color to them rather than being just black and white from White House Black Market. So I think that that one will do well. And I couldn't, fingers crossed, see any kind of pulls or anything, because obviously with this kind of knit you have to be careful. What I usually do for that is hold it up in front of a window, and I'll look through it like that, and then usually if you have any like big pulls or holes, that'll show up right away. And of course, make sure that you put your arm through the cuff, which I know isn't ideal right now in thrift stores with everything going on, but that's usually what I do. And usually when you have sort of the pressure of an actual appendage through there, it'll sort of let you know if you have any big snags or big holes. Okay, I grabbed a jacket because I'm thinking ahead to fall. I just am. It's round the corner, and I'm starting to think about that in terms of items that I want listed. So this is J.Crew. It is factory with the 2 little dots, but I'll tell you why I picked it up still. It's a size 4. Unfortunately, the fabric content tag has been cut out, but I swear to you it's a wool blend. It feels so much like it. So I'm still going to do research and see if I can find the exact piece, and that should give me some indications, but I grabbed it because first of all, it's a really nice kind of almost like a peacoat style, very simple, but it has this nice high kind of ruffled neck, nice detail, and then it is a very dark blue and grey herringbone. And I love a good herringbone, great keyword. And so just looking at like putting those keywords in, I may be able to find the exact piece. Okay, we have another J.Crew piece, one of the slightly newer tags. The black there with the white on it is size 8. And again, thinking of fall, this is a pencil skirt. Definitely has that kind of like khaki army type look to it. And then it has these nice deep pockets on the side. Love pockets on a skirt. I wonder what the fabric content is. Oh, it's 100% linen. Score. Okay, so it's 100% linen. So these are all reasons why I picked it up. If you're wanting to do research on your piece, you can actually look at this tag inside here, and it does have a style number on it, so you can look at that style number and you can find out a bit more about the piece, like its actual name for listing, and of course what its actual comps are going for. Okay, next piece, I actually haven't found this brand before. So it is Vanessa Virginia, which is often sold at Anthropologie. And it is a size medium, and I grabbed it because I had kind of, again, fall and holiday season in mind. So it is a little mock turtleneck. Turtleneck would actually fold over, which I suppose it probably could, but otherwise mock would just sit high. And it's a long sleeve, I guess it's a sweater dress. It's very, very long, maybe more like a tunic, I'm not sure, but it does have some kind of splits up the side. And it is a, I guess like a gold and silver wide stripe, but again, I thought it would be kind of nice for the season, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Again, first time finding it, so I think I maybe was like, you know, wanted to grab it just because of that, and that's fine, whatever, it'll still sell. Okay, rompers, or romper, I should say. So this has a lot going for it, and I thought it was really cute, so I decided to give it a go. It's kind of coming out of season now, granted, but oh well. So this is by Topshop, and it's a size US 4. I'm very picky with my Topshop, but I like these big loud prints. So I'll get this up like ASAP since it's more of a summer piece. Obviously like tropical leaves with like these little hints of blush pink in there, which are really, really cute. It's like a romper overalls, I suppose you could say. It has pockets on the side, shortalls. You can use that word as well, shortalls. And then it has this kind of cool like ring detail at the back for, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I didn't look up comps, but I decided to just kind of give it a go because based on style and stuff, I do think that it will do okay. I'm kind of interested, I think it's just a cotton, but it feels kind of linen-y as well, so we'll see. Okay, another White House Black Market piece. Again, that newer tag. I'm pretty picky with White House Black Market, but I do like that newer tag. Size 2, and I really liked this jacket. So it has quite a lot going on for it. It definitely has like Moto kind of rock vibes, which I like their pieces when they're like that. So it is black. Black jacket, zip up, and then it has all this exposed zipper detail on the side, and then it has a whole bunch of like raw edge detail. I don't know if you can see that, it's really hard to show. There you go, like a raw edge detail, and this runs down the front, and it runs down the bottom as a trim, it runs around the cuffs, all the way around the back as well, just that kind of like cool exposed raw edge. I thought it was really, really neat. It's totally on trend, so that's probably going to go for about $40. I'm going to save my favorite piece till last because why not? Okay, so again, bread and butter, we have a bra. This is a front clasp, and those can do quite well where they fasten at the front there and then they're like completely solid at the back. Underwire, full coverage, and it is by, if I can find it, Soma. This is one of the only bra sort of or underwear brands that I do pick up now, but I like Soma. It still seems to sell really well. It's a 38D, and it actually has the name of the bra on here, so always check that with your bras. It usually has the exact name. Vanishing Back Full Coverage. So I can put that in my listing, and that will help me price it and list it correctly. Okay, I have a set of, next, Victoria's Secret. So not pink, just actual Victoria's Secret, and it is a 2-piece set here. So it is the pajama top, and it actually has teeny tiny little reindeer all over in black and white. Very cute for winter, and then it has the embroidered detail here, VS, Victoria's Secret, and then it comes of course with the full length pants that just kind of tucked underneath there, both size medium. They'll probably go up for like 30 to 35. Victoria's Secret pajama sets and Soma pajama sets are things that I always pick up because again, they seem to sell quickly, especially like the holiday themed ones, and for really good profit. That's just been my experience. Okay, the last two pieces are both my favorites, if that's possible. I paid up for this, but I will tell you that I had a coupon for like a free $15 basically. So with that, I considered this a freebie because it was $12. Now I know that it's not like full blown, like it's the diffusion line if you like, but there's too much going for it. I had to grab it. I couldn't help myself. So it's Ralph Lauren, which again, picky with that because that is their lower end line, but here we go. It's a 2X, so it's a fantastic size. It's a barn jacket, meaning it's got this, you know, it's longer. It's in this bright red on cotton, and then it has this black corduroy collar as well. So very, very classic barn jacket. And then look at the lining. Can you see this? I love it. So I have sold quite a lot of Ralph Lauren in plus sizes with equestrian themed elements. So equestrian prints, all kinds of different stuff basically. And they've always gone well. Like I sold a blouse that was a 2X that was equestrian like equipment on it basically in one day for $40. So with that in mind, I think that someone is going to love it. Like that is beautiful, all that lining. It's in fantastic shape. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And I just think that I love it. I couldn't leave it behind. So with the coupon, I decided it was going to be my freebie of the day, and stay tuned to see how that does. But fingers crossed, it will do quite well. I'm going to go high with it, I think. Even if comps tell me differently, I think I'm going to go a little bit high with it just because it has these unique qualities. Okay, and here comes my final and favorite piece of the day. So I didn't really know what to bought, I'll be honest, which happens a lot. But here we go. So this is a vintage dress. My sort of research so far is dating it around 1960s, but it could be a little bit earlier. So we have this amazing kind of like, it's almost like a feather paisley pattern. Very, very unique. Button down front, we have this kind of crossover keyhole style detail at the back. It's fit and flare, so it fits at the waist and then it flares way out with this absolutely massive skirt. I can't wait to put it on a mannequin and see what it looks like. I think it's going to be amazing. It does still have the original cloth belt with it. I mean, this thing's absolutely huge. And so when I looked, at first I thought it was handmade, and actually the girl who checked me out at Goodwill also thought it was handmade. And I had actually, there was no brand tag up top, but oftentimes if you kind of flip them over, you may find some kind of information. It's here somewhere, bear with me. I will find it. And I did happen to find a little label along the seam. There we go. And it said Maurice Rentner original. So I didn't do any looking up of that. I just took that and was like, okay, we're definitely vintage. Style alone, this thing is amazing. For $6.99, I'm not leaving it behind. It's also long, by the way. It's like at least midi, like down to kind of the calf towards the ankle. It's amazing. When I looked this up, I was really, really surprised at what was popping up. So sure, there was some like very, very simple pieces that weren't selling for, or hadn't sold for too much, like, you know, maybe like $30, $40. And then there were some pieces that were hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And there were even some pieces listed, bear in mind, not sold, listed, like on Etsy for like $1,000 by that particular designer. So apparently they were quite prevalent in the 60s, and apparently they had a collaboration with Bill Blass, which I always think of denim, but they had a lot of like pieces, and when you find the pieces that is their collaboration with Bill Blass, they seem to go quite high. Again, sold in like 200 to 300 many times over and over. So that's it's a decent sign. However, I did not find a lot of pieces with that particular label that were not a collaboration. So I don't know if that means that this is worth more or if it's worth less. It's kind of hard to tell. So this is going to be one where I'm going to have to like really dig into some research, like go down the rabbit hole and decide what on earth I actually have here. But no matter what, I will be listing it high, just because as a piece, as a vintage piece, it's phenomenal. But I definitely want to try and figure out what I have, because I don't want to sell it short at the end of the day. All right, you guys, that is everything. That's my entire haul from this thrift store. I did go yard sailing the day after and got some footage and all that kind of stuff. So that will be coming like next week, I think, with the haul as well. So stay tuned. If you haven't hit the subscribe button or the bell yet, I would encourage you to do that so you can see when those videos do go live. Again, if you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, check that information down below in the description box. And if you're interested in thrifty merchandise, a way to show off your thrifting pride when you're out there treasure hunting, check out some of the t-shirts and stuff linked down below in case you see anything you fancy. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, you guys.